Good evening. This is Daniel Stern, broadcasting from my home in Jerusalem. By now it's October 14th, but most of the day was October 13th. And it was Friday, and it was overall okay day. I was able to go drive to Gadera near Ashdod and pick up gear for soldiers, and then from there drive to Ra'anana to drop it off with the wife of the soldier whose unit is getting it, and from there drove a little more, got home. Overall, very productive day. Was able to get a lot of good stuff done for the soldiers, organizing our lists, and there were sirens and air raids in the Tel Aviv area multiple times during the day, of course in the south, as well as also one missile that, according to the Hamas, they shot from Gaza to Safed, although they missed by about 30 kilometers, but whatever, it's still a very long distance. They claim that missile can go 250 kilometers, which is quite a distance. Not pleasant. That's what it is. Additionally, there were a few suspected infiltrations into settlements, not in the Gaza periphery, but in other areas. I don't yet know the results of that, what it was, but I do know that there haven't yet, as of yet, been reports of hostile action, so it could be a mistaken identity, workers, and so on. Overall, a day not much different than yesterday, although there was some more shelling from Lebanon to army outposts in Israel, as well as shelling from Israel into Lebanon, where I believe 2 people were killed. What else has been happening? The Lebanese, of course, are threatening retaliation, blah, blah, blah. That is part of the language here in the Middle East. Many different international organizations, such as the UN and the Red Cross and this and that, the European Union, are saying that the IDF's strong suggestion that the civilians in Gaza, in the Gaza Strip, in the northern Gaza Strip, head south, clear out within 24 hours is not doable, is hard, will cause a humanitarian crisis, this, that, and the other. Basically trying to put on Israel restrictions that are not part of the different legal doctrines for wartime behavior. But oh well, it's how it is. Our first Prime Minister, David Ben-Gurion, David Green, coined the phrase shmum, which is basically which is the United Nations, UN. It's Aleph, Vav, Mem, United Nations. And shmum is the repeating of that word with a few extra syllables to make it sound silly. It's like, UN, shmuen. Like, in other words, we should do what's good for us, the UN is irrelevant. I don't know if that's entirely true, but we could certainly do what we need to do and not listen to all the naysayers. But that's actually not the reason that I wanted to make this broadcast tonight. The reason is because this week's Torah portion is in Genesis, and the Haftarah portion, the prophet's reading, is in Joshua. And 2 things caught my attention, and I will share with you that it wasn't my attention that caught it, but my mother who showed it to me. Thank you, Mom. And I wanted to read, or at least speak about some of the verses from Joshua. So I don't know if any of you are familiar with this book, the Complete Jewish Bible. I might have heard of it once or twice. Not sure exactly where. But anyways, in Joshua chapter 6, when the people of Israel are marching around the walls of Jericho, you might remember that they marched around the wall one time each day for 7 days before the Lord struck down the walls of Jericho and they captured the city. Well, today we are 7 days into this war. So, with all the gear up towards the Gaza Strip and the gear up for a ground invasion, and the politicians saying that we're going to invade and we're going to change the situation and we're going to topple Hamas and de-arm the Strip, and so on and so forth, maybe it'll happen on the 7th day. I'm not prophesying, and I'm hesitant to do so, and I am suspicious of other prophecies that go around, but I just thought it was interesting. And more interesting, it's not more, it's a hope and a wish, is if we go back to Joshua chapter 2 and we read about Rahab, the prostitute, and Joshua sending in the 2 spies. We read about a woman who made the choice to help the people of Israel, to go against her nation, and all she asked for is to be shown the same kindness once the nation of Israel, the people of Israel, take the city of Jericho. And my wish, my hope, my prayer is that when the ground invasion happens, when the IDF go into Gaza, I pray and hope that there will be many, many Rahabs in the Gaza Strip. That there will be many who choose to help the IDF, to help find the hostages, and as a result, that the IDF will help them live. As it is said, the man replied to her, "Our lives are certainly worth yours, provided you don't betray our mission. So when Adonai gives us this land, we will treat you kindly and in good faith." So, likewise, I'd like you all to pray and join me in prayer that when the IDF go into the Gaza Strip, that many people will choose to be Rahab and assist the IDF in freeing Gaza from the Hamas, in freeing the captives, the hostages, the innocent civilians, the women, the children, the elderly, freeing them from Hamas to life, to liberty, to freedom. God bless you all. Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful evening.